Hello student, here we are estimating the amount of nickel present in given sample solution by complex metric titration. This is the titration where we estimate the amount of nickel present in given sample of nickel by complexometric titration. Complexometric titration is a type of titration where formation of complex between metal and complex reagent like EDTA. Complex formation reaction takes place, that's why it is complexometric titration. In this titration we are using apparatus as burette, pipette, conical flask, beaker. The chemical required for this titration is zinc chloride having molarity 0.01 molar, act as a standard solution. EDTA, that is ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, so disodium salt is basically used as a complex reagent. Buffer used to maintain the constant pH, because here complex formation takes place when the pH in between 8 to 10, and that's why to maintain that pH we are using basic buffer. Here we are using two different indicator like EBT, that is Eurochrome black tea, and Muroxide. Eurochrome black tea and Muroxide is it is basically metallochromic indicator. Metallochromic indicator means an indicator having a tendency to form color complex, and the requirement for this complex is the complex should be color and it should be highly unstable, and that's why we are using specific type of indicator called as metallochromic indicator having example EBT and Muroxide. As I said, that this is complexometric titration where formation of complex between metal and complex reagent. The reaction takes place like this: this metal may be nickel, calcium, magnesium, but since we are estimating the nickel here, we can take nickel. So when metal react with indicator with basic medium buffer, first there is a formation of metal indicator complex. This metal indicator complex is colored and it should be highly unstable. Then this complex is again titrate with the complexing agent like EDTA. In presence of basic buffer, there is a formation of metal complexing agent, that is metal EDTA complex, which is colorless, and of course it is a stable complex. And since there is a liberation of indicator, free indicator, so of course color changes. The color of metal indicator complex to the color of complex. Here we are using in first part EBT, and EBT form a complex with zinc, and that complex is wine red color, and color of the EBT is blue color, and that's why the color changes wine red to blue, because blue is a color of EBT, whereas a wine red color is for zinc EBT complex, and that's why basically we are taking the complex metallochromic indicator in this particular titration. This titration is also performed in a two-step. The first step is standardization of EDTA, where we are standardizing the EDTA by using standard solution of zinc chloride, and second part is estimation of nickel present in given sample solution. Now, practical purpose, the chemical required is here. This is zinc chloride solution. This is EDTA solution. This is given nickel sample solution. This is buffer. This is EBT indicator. This is Muroxide indicator. Now in first part, standardization of EDTA, we take EDTA in burette. We pipette out 25 ml zinc chloride solution, which is standard solution in conical flask. Then in zinc, that means EDTA in burette, zinc chloride in a conical flask. First step is standardization of EDTA. Now in this particular zinc chloride solution, we add 10 ml buffer solution, and the role of buffer solution is to maintain the constant pH. So we can add 10 ml buffer solution into the solution. Now, so 25 ml zinc chloride solution plus 10 ml buffer. Now we are adding EBT as an indicator. 2 drops of EBT indicator, which is metallochromic indicator. See, color of solution turns to wine red. This is the first requirement for metallochromic indicator. They should form color complex. So here there is a formation. Since we are taking zinc and we are adding EBT as indicator, so there is a formation of zinc EBT complex, that is a metal indicator complex, which is white red color. Then this particular solution we can titrate with EDTA, still it become blue because the blue is the color of EBT. So there is the first titration. We can start by adding EDTA from burate, drop by drop, still color change from wine red to blue. With constant study, see the color change is from wine red to blue. So basically appears as a light blue because we take only 2 drops of indicator here. See, this color is changed, wine red to blue. Now this is the first endpoint, so we remove the burate from burate stand. We can make it parallel twice and we can note down the first link. It is 25.2 ml, 25.2 ml, right? And this is the first setting. Then we have to repeat the same titration up to 2 consecutive constant reading, right? This is first, then again repeat the same procedure. Add the EDTA in a burate, then repeat out 25 ml zinc chloride solution, add 10 ml buffer, then 1 to 2 drops of EBT indicator and titrate again, still 2 consecutive constant reading. Now in second part, that is the estimation of nickel, we take EDTA solution in burate, we pipette out 25 ml nickel sample solution. Then in this 25 ml nickel sample solution we add buffer solution. Buffer solution maintain the pH around 8 to 10. Then into it we are adding Muir oxide indicator. Initially we are using EBT indicator, but during the estimation of nickel we are using Muir oxide indicator, right? Muir oxide indicator. When we add 2 drops of Muir oxide, the solution turns to be yellow, right? Solution turns to be yellow. Then this yellow, right? This is like yellow solution. We titrate against EDTA, still it become violet. Right? Like see, this is color change. So yellow to violet, we get in this type of violet color. This indicate that the completion of reaction. Now we note down the reading for part 2, and this is around 26.3 ml. Now we have to repeat the same titration. That is, we are adding. We take the EDTA and burate. We are taking the nickel sample solution, pipette out 25 ml nickel sample solution. Then we are adding Muir oxide. The solution turns to be yellow. Then we titrate against the EDTA. Still color change from yellow to this is blue color. This is basically color of Muir oxide indicator, because there is a formation of nickel EDTA complex which is colorless, and of course this color is appeared due to Muir oxide. Muir oxide get free and there is a formation of Muir oxide. But this color is due to Muir oxide. Muir oxide is a violet color. That's why we get a violet color solution. So this is same. We have to repeat the titration up to 2 consecutive constant reading. Now we can go for calculation. So we perform titration where for first that is the first part, that is standardization of EDTA. We take 25 ml zinc chloride solution in burate and we titrate again EDTA. So first reading we get 25.2. Then we repeat the same titration. We will get second reading is 25.1. third reading is at 25.1. So we get two consecutive constant reading at 25.1. That's why the end point of first part is 25.1. Then for second part, that is the standardization. After standardization of data, we can go for determination of nickel, where we are taking 25 ml nickel sample solution in conical flask and we titrate against CDTA. So first reading we obtain, that is 26.3. Then we repeat the same titration. We get 26.2, 26.2. That means we get two consecutive constant reading, that is at 26.2. That's why end point is 26.2 ml. Then for calculation, first part is determination of that is a standardization of EDTA, where we are calculating the molarity of EDTA. For that we get standard solution of zinc chloride having molarity 0.01 molar. Then we perform the titration, that is zinc chloride versus EDTA, where we are using the equation M1V1 is equal to M2V2. M1 stands for molarity of zinc chloride, that is 0.01 molar. V1 is the volume of zinc chloride, and zinc chloride volume is we taken as 25 ml. Then M2 is the molarity of EDTA and V2 is the volume of EDTA. So that is V2 means the first Biuret reading, that is the first endpoint, that is 25.1. After putting all this value, we can calculate the M2. M2 is equal to 0.01 into 25 divided by 25.1. So we get 0.00996 molar. So this is a molarity of EDTA. So molarity of EDTA is 0.00996 molar. Then part 2, that is estimation of nickel present in given sample. We are having stoichiometric equation, that is 1 ml 1 molar EDTA solution, that is 1 ml 1 molar EDTA solution is equal to 58.71 milligrams of nickel. That means if you take 1 molar 1 ml EDTA, so we require 58.71 milligrams of nickel. So we taken V3 means 26.2 ml of molarity 0.00996 molar EDTA is equal to 58.71 multiplied by V3 means Biuret reading 2, that is endpoint 2, multiplied by M2 means molarity of EDTA, that is 0.00996 molar milligrams of NA. But we titrate by taking 25. That's why the amount of nickel present in 1 liter of solution is given by formula 58.71 multiplied by that is Biuret reading, that is second Biuret reading, that is endpoint for second part, multiplied by molarity of EDTA, multiplied by 1000 upon 25. So that the answer comes to be 612.82 milligrams per liter. That means approximately 613 ppm or milligrams per liter. So this is the amount of nickel present in given nickel sample solution, and we determine it by complexometric titration method.